welcome to The Panelists, the show where two teams of experts shine the light of inquiry into the darkest, dampest, most inviting and wet crevasses of ignorance in order to root out the truth and the best answer to some of humanity's most pressing problems. And yes, thank you for noticing I am wearing new lipstick today. I have in fact gone with the totally indistinguishable nude shade. I spent $35 to make my lips look a slightly darker version of themselves, which is indistinguishable from any distance, near or far. The other option was some sort of like noticeable shade, you know, like the big red. You put it on and you're like, yes, now I feel like a witch who is ready to sacrifice a princess to fulfill a magical ward. But, you know, it's not a day look. So I thought I would just go with a neutral. So today our two teams are Team TimTaylorNoise.org.
The upgrade to FLAC just isn't worth it auditorially.
And Team Tap and Die.
We're here to screw.
And leave nothing but tailings.
Well, since I didn't wear the lipstick that would make it look like I would gleefully fashion a house out of gingerbread in order to lure children to their doom, I have some actual good news for you in my good news intro. So good news, everyone! You have scored the deal of a lifetime from a local Factory Seconds home discount store. You have found yourself a very fetching lamp that literally fills the niche that you need it to in your living room and projects a nice light. And, as a bonus, that lamp has a genie in it. However, owing to its discount nature, the lamp is slightly irregular and so is the genie. Her magic is very weak, so she can only grant you one wish and it has limited power. Do you choose to A, never have to wait in line for coffee again, or B, always have exactly 1 quarter handy if you need to plug a parking meter, tip a barista, or rent a shopping cart? Team Noise.
Never have to wait for coffee again.
Yeah.
I'm just taking this one right off the bat because I feel quarters are obsolescent. And waiting for coffee is one of those things where people might try to talk to you, and I'm looking for ways of cutting down on that.
And do you know what coffee costs? Tipping a barista with a quarter is an insult.
You're supposed to tip baristas?
Yeah, I was under the impression that you just get in and out of there as fast as you can.
Monsters!
Pay them a living wage!
Well, that would be nice too.
The other problem with this side of the wish that we're on is that shopping carts rarely rent for a quarter these days. They've almost all moved to $1. So that means that if we are renting shopping carts for a quarter, that we're probably living in the 1980s, which is not bad for us, I don't think, overall.
Besides which, don't you have, like, a fake coin that you use for this exact purpose?
I literally keep a fake coin, and it was a real coin, but it has false value, and I keep it in my car so that I can always just have a coin ready to not spend by accident and to use to rent a shopping cart when I need to.
However, you don't drink coffee, do you?
I don't drink coffee at all, and so therefore that doesn't affect me. Probably more affects you, I think.
First off, Beej, that's an American quarter. It still has value. Second, I'm happy, in fact, ecstatic to have the ability to never wait for coffee again because this is a true story. Every day when I go to work, I get there early and make the coffee. And it takes time because it's a drip machine. You gotta wait for the coffee. And some asshole in my office always takes a pot before the pot is finished brewing. That ruins the coffee. If I don't have to wait, that never happens again.
Wait, are we just talking about instantaneous generation of coffee? I mean, never having to wait in line at a cafe is fine. But if I don't have to wait for my French press to fully diffuse, that is magic. I'm doubling down on this one hard.
We'll always have 25 cents on us just to do whatever with.
The problem is there's no way to game it because it has to be given away in some form.
True, but I mean, it was to be like, you have to use a quarter in a parking meter, right? So if you always have a quarter on you to plug a parking meter, you can basically put a quarter in a parking meter and be like, I don't have enough time, I need to, oh look, there's another quarter. I don't have enough time, oh look, there's another quarter. You know, like, you can basically do that all you want. You can walk down the street plugging everyone's meters and actually probably become some sort of folk hero.
I don't drive.
And I don't drink coffee. But maybe we can squeeze out what we need out of this wish for the two of us.
Could we just not make a wish and have the genie as like a live-in magic waifu?
Oh yeah, because if we make the wish, she goes away. But if we don't make the wish, she's just always there.
And I'm sure your prisoner won't resent you at all.
No.
We would give them the option to stay or go at their discretion.
But the wish doesn't allow us to free her.
We don't need to expend a wish to send this lamp on its way. Just be like, where would you like to be posted?
Oh, and then we can actually just send the thing
Or-
on ourselves.
Stay with us?
Yeah.
I don't know what genies eat. Do you like Netflix?
Cam, I'm liking your idea more and more because we just get to wake up, have coffee immediately, and then be left alone. This is
Yeah.
just.
No, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, this-
Actually,
this is heaven.
I'd be prepared to go back to bed after that morning.
I'm looking for this is what I'm looking forward to in my retirement.
How do you go to bed after a fresh cup of joe?
I don't understand the question.
I have a bunch more.
Let me introduce you to the idea of the caffeine nap. If you down a cup of coffee and then immediately start getting back to sleep before the caffeine kicks in, it refreshes you even more.
Yeah, it's like a double jump on a trampoline.
That science sounds as suspect as the genie whose wish we have to take.
Could you further optimize that process by injecting yourself in the heart with some adrenaline and then getting Butterbean to punch you out?
Does it have to be Butterbean?
No, just anyone who could kill a human with their fist.
Like a genie.
There has to be a silver lining in our wish somewhere.
It's literally free money, Beej.
Yeah, it's infinite. It's infinite free quarters that we have to have a use for 1 quarter at a time.
You could always have dibs on Galaga.
Show me a functioning arcade and I will get behind you on that.
Honestly, I feel that by jumping early on the instantaneous coffee thing here, I've really spared us a tiny chore. Like, can you imagine? Like, you just have the reflex to empty your pockets before you throw your clothes in the wash. But what if you can never actually empty your pockets?
You'll empty your pockets coming in from the door into the change thing. Then you're going to take your pants off and you got to check your pockets before you do laundry. You got to take out more quarters then. And you throw it in and oh look, more quarters in the bottom of the washing machine. Then when you're doing the drying, more fucking quarters.
Yeah, it's like the one friend who actually still calls you on the phone and leaves a message.
Oh God.
Just making another errand.
Could we ask nicely for a different currency and just crush the gashapon scene in Japan?
Oh, okay. And actually, this is good. It's usually going to be like 100 yen at a time, but I imagine that's really, not going. It's a minor thing, right? The coins are roughly probably about the same size anyway. So yeah, we could get in there, empty machines, and then resell the goods to collectors, and just keep all the good stuff for ourselves. This is feeling pretty good to me.
You know, Cam, my favorite type of coffee is actually the Kyoto drip, which is a cold brew method from Japan that takes an incredibly long amount of time normally. Normally.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Cold brew, just whenever you want it.
Yeah, just whoop, whoop, done.
That's very exciting.
We are living a dream.
Absolutely.
I mean, we would be if we were sleeping ever again.
Oh, well,
I mean, we're going to be up to our tits in gacha while they're shitting their butts inside out.
You know, Cam, when you turn 39, you really, really look forward to a regular shit.
So what we've concluded is that Cam and Ian are very excited to live in a fantasy world of my creation, which is probably a first, so I'm giving them 2 points for that. Congratulations, Team what? And that Team Burrs and Screws, or whatever you were.
Tap and die.
Tap and die. Free money is literally not good enough for you, and you spent most of this segment bitching about how this endless supply of magical quarters that you could use to enrich your own life or the lives of others was crap, compared to the gift that would not be appropriate for you because half of you don't even drink coffee. So no points there, you whiners.
Well, at least I won't have coffee shits.
But good news! You have won an all-expenses-paid trip of your wildest dreams! However, owing to a clerical error, your dreams have been mixed up with the dreams of one Millicent Smidgeton, a 68-year-old retiree from Nebworth in Hertfordshire. Fortunately, it turns out that Millicent is a woman of extremely varied and exciting dreams. So you have a choice. You can choose to spend an extremely educational week in an omnisexual Spanish sex dungeon, or the next month as a contestant of Britain's newest hit reality show, Who Wants to Be an Anchorite?
Give me the dick!
Yeah, Barcelona boners.
I've always wanted to join the clergy.
Yeah.
An anchorite is a kind of priest, aren't they?
To clarify for all of you at home and break the fourth wall for a second, an anchorite is a person who is so into God that they have to go to church jail. And it was a very popular profession for women in the Middle Ages because they didn't want to be married off to people. And so they would go sit in small cells and not talk to anybody. Nobody would come in. They would take no visitors. They would just have food slid under the door, and they would read scriptures and like gaze out small windows and generally think, no one is messing with me. And these people were called anchoresses. And an anchorite is a male equivalent of that because you're all men.
Kathleen, did you listen to anything we said in the last segment?
No.
This sounds lovely.
Yes! Finally!
Finally!
Omnisexual, you say?
It means anything goes.
Oh, no,
I didn't want to exclude anybody from Millicent's fantasies.
No, that's fair.
She's an open-minded woman.
No kidding. I also think that we're getting the better deal here.
Correct.
Yeah, because I'm not even saying that I'm going to go like just to cheat on my wife. I'm going because I'm not going to go do that.
Come too.
Well, she can if she
in
wants.
every sense of the word.
Yes, but you know, I'm going more to just enjoy the spectacle of it. Like
Yeah.
it's like it would be like duct taping yourself to the ceiling while they're filming Caligula. Like it's going to be this process, and the undulations were going to be like amazing. Like, you could kind of just zone out and just watch it happen and throw quarters at everyone while they're doing it.
Bede, you're an actor. You must know that filming Caligula must have been hell. Do it again.
No!
Do it again.
No!
Reset. Do it again.
I can't!
Yeah, but this is real life. Like this isn't like some sort of production they're putting on for my benefit. This is just people just enjoying some hedonism and going about in whatever way and however way they want to do it. I think that there's a lot of value to be gained from seeing this all play its way out in real life.
So, fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
What bugs me about what you guys have picked is that it sounds like it's the same kind of thing you could just have at home anyway. Like you could literally lock yourself in a room and drink all the coffee you want. At this point, why do you need to go on this trip?
Well, whenever I do that, Domino's does a wellness call on me every few days.
Don't forget that they're actually contestants on Who Wants to Be an Anchorite, so there's a game show portion wrapped around this.
Oh yes, that sounds very
The
relaxing.
makeup and the lighting and the call times.
You're an actor, you know how it is.
Yeah, no, I do. But I'm really looking forward to winning this by demonstrating just how pious I am, or can pretend to be.
Wait, she said this was educational. We're going to learn a lot of things, Alex, like Spanish.
Yeah. Spanish.
Yeah. We should already know all about all the other stuff, right? We hang out on the internet.
As part of what I'm going to assume is the ritual cleansing of the game show part of the the vacation, do we get to be excoriated by Simon Cowell on TV?
Oh, no. This is definitely a lower budget production. You'd be lucky to get like a Sandy Talks Vig.
But they will tell us that we're worthless?
I know a place where you could be called worthless.
By Simon Cowell?
Alex, I'm trying really hard to help them feel shame in what they've chosen, and I'm not succeeding at all.
I'm hard.
You can't shame an aesthetic.
Yeah, this is kind of the point of our vacation.
Do we get bread for a meal, or do we have to subsist on holy wafer?
Probably whatever makes you feel more religiously deprived, I would assume. I've never been an anchoress myself.
Oh, maybe we'll be allowed to pick silverfish out of our Bible.
Cars, table water, wafers, and piety.
Pious or penis?
Well, which one do you think's going to weigh heavier in your hand?
So in conclusion, everyone has gotten what they want. A rare occurrence here on the Panelists. Cam and Ian will be left the hell alone until someone dressed as a priest comes out and tells them, though you are not the most pious anchorite, and then casts them out to exile. And second place, which will be some sort of like guided tour of a local history museum given British television sort of prize structure. And Beej and Alex are going to learn many new skills in how to say stop, harder, faster, slower, lower, and all those other useful Spanish phrases in their week of a sex dungeon. And poor Millicent is probably going on your guys' ideal vacation, which is almost certainly some sort of weeby trip to Japan to plug gachapon machines. So in conclusion, I guess 10 points for everybody because everyone's having such a great time on Millicent's dream vacation except Millicent. So congratulations, Team TimTaylorVoice.org. You are this week's winner. How do you choose to spend your winnings of no prize for this game?
Quietly.
Excellent. And thank you so much for tuning in. This has been The Panelists.